The movie kicks off with a reporter entering the territory of a notorious crime boss named Alana Hart. She confronts Alana about her criminal operations and threatens to expose her on the news. Alana, calm and calculating, offers her a massive bribe, $2 million, but the reporter refuses. Without hesitation, Alana kills her on the spot and orders her crew to clean up the mess. Next, we're introduced to our main duo, Johnny and Clyde, a psycho couple, madly in love and equally addicted to killing. They rob, murder, and cause chaos without blinking an eye. Johnny walks into a small shop to buy a ticket, but when the clerk figures out their destination from the ticket number, Johnny snaps. He starts messing with the guy, pulls out his gun, and tells him, "Shoot me with this." When the man nervously tries to, Johnny laughs and says, "Relax, safety was on, just messing with you." But just as the clerk lets out a breath of relief, bang! Johnny shoots him dead. He hops back in the car with Clyde and they drive off, smiling like nothing happened. Meanwhile, we meet a retired cop who's haunted by nightmares of Johnny and Clyde, the same killers who once took his daughter's life. When he sees the news about their return, he immediately calls an old friend, desperate to join forces and get revenge. Cut to Johnny and Clyde at a roadside motel. Johnny reminisces about how they first met, how he gifted Clyde a knife, and when he learned Clyde was abused by her father, he hunted the man down and took care of him. Then they ran away together. Back at Alana's mansion, she's busy showing off her sniper skills, shooting targets held by her henchmen while her right-hand man handles business. Out on the road, Johnny and Clyde stage a fake breakdown to lure in victims, but suddenly, a cash transport van belonging to Alana crashes into their trap. One of the guards steps out, and before he can react, Clyde shoots him dead. With threats of blowing up the van, they force the rest out. Clyde immediately kills another, and Johnny steps into the vehicle, only to find there's not much money inside. Johnny prepares to kill the last remaining guard, but the man begs for his life, offering info instead. He says he knows a place with real money, no cameras, no guards, all theirs. But before he can say more, Clyde knocks him out cold to get the info later. Alana's right-hand man brings her bad news. One of their armored trucks has gone missing. But Alana? Calm as ever. She brushes it off and tells him to handle it himself. Then she turns her attention to something more important, a strange glowing red gemstone. We learn through a flashback how she got it. During an art auction, she places a $5 million bid on a rare statue, but someone outbids her with $9 million. Not one to take defeat lightly, Alana tracks the buyer down, kills him, and smashes the statue, revealing the ruby hidden inside. This isn't just any jewel. The stone is linked to a demonic killer named Bacchus, and Alana clearly has her own dark connection to it. Meanwhile, back at the motel, Johnny is torturing one of Alana's men. When the guy refuses to talk, Johnny threatens to kill his wife and kids and even waves a knife in his face. Terrified, the man wets himself and finally agrees to draw them a map to the stash. Cut to the ex-cop and his buddy. They've tracked Johnny and Clyde to the motel and are ready to ambush them. They wait by the door with guns drawn, planning to shoot the moment the couple steps out. But Johnny and Clyde are no amateurs. They shove the hostage out first to take the bullets, and he does. Chaos breaks loose. Gunfire erupts. Johnny and Clyde duck behind cars. Then, out of nowhere, a mysterious Chinese woman armed with dual pistols storms in, guns blazing. She helps Johnny and Clyde escape, but her true motives? Still a mystery. Is she a fan? A hit woman? An agent? We don't know yet, but she's definitely got their backs. Alana's right-hand man finally realizes Johnny and Clyde are the ones behind the money truck heist. He warns Alana, who now understands this duo is more than just a random threat. Meanwhile, that mysterious woman contacts someone over the phone, someone higher up, and it becomes clear she's been assigned to secretly protect Johnny and Clyde. But why?
Later, Johnny and Clyde recruit a lunatic named Butcher. When they find him, he's literally seconds away from killing himself. They stop him and convince him to join their heist crew instead. One down, one to go. Next, they visit Baker, another wild card. He hears the plan and agrees to join them too. Now the psycho lovers are building a full-on team for the ultimate score.
Alana makes a call to her father. Now that she's got her hands deep in crime, money laundering, and running a shady casino empire, she wants to reconnect. But her father isn't impressed. He tells her bluntly, "You can only come back when you've cleaned up your mess." Meanwhile, Johnny tracks down the last member of their crew, a man named Candlestick, who, naturally, is in the middle of torturing some poor souls. After some twisted catching up, Johnny pitches him the job. But Candlestick has doubts. He warns them the people they're targeting aren't just criminals, they're satanic cultists protected by a demonic force named Bacchus. This isn't just a killer, he's an immortal, inhuman monster from hell. Baker laughs it off. He thinks Candlestick is out of his mind and almost walks away, but Johnny convinces him to stay. Soon after, the group winds down with lines of cocaine, bonding over drugs, blood, and the promise of big money. Elsewhere, the ex-cop makes his way into Alana's territory. He gives her a heads up. Johnny and Clyde are coming. They're planning to rob you blind. But Alana isn't worried. She says her place is locked down. Still, the cop doesn't want money or favors. All he asks is to be allowed to kill Johnny and Clyde himself. Alana agrees. Not taking any chances, Alana turns to someone who specializes in the supernatural. She demands a summoning. She wants Bacchus awakened to guard her treasure. But after the demon is summoned and reveals that he knows Alana's darkest secrets, she doesn't hesitate. She kills the summoner on the spot. Back with the crew, Johnny breaks down the plan. He assigns each member their own task, and the gang gears up for the big heist. The ex-cop and his partner are now staked out in their car, eyes locked on the road, waiting for Johnny and Clyde to make their move. The clock is ticking, and everything is set for one hell of a showdown.
Johnny, Clyde, and their crew finally reach the target location. It's time. As soon as they enter, bodies drop. They kill a few guards right off the bat. Johnny turns to Baker, asking him to blast the doors open with dynamite. But Baker messes up the fuse, and boom, the door opens. But so does Baker, in pieces. They charge inside, but waiting for them are the ex-cop, his partner, and the mysterious Chinese woman, guns drawn. Suddenly, a screen flickers to life. It's Alana delivering a twisted message. If you survive, the money is yours. But first, you'll have to deal with Bacchus. And just like that, Bacchus appears. In seconds, he slaughters the cop's partner. Chaos erupts. Johnny, Clyde, and the remaining crew flee deeper into the underground levels. Johnny, realizing they're outnumbered, sends Butcher to clear the path. And Butcher, he goes full beast mode, tearing through Alana's guards with zero mercy. But it gets worse. Bacchus isn't just hunting the intruders, he's now killing Alana's own men too. Her right-hand man sees the massacre and rushes to warn her, but shockingly, she already knows. This was her plan all along, a total cleanse, even if it means sacrificing her most loyal ally. Back in the action, gunfire explodes from every direction. Suddenly, Clyde takes a bullet. Johnny thinks she's dead. In a rage, he grabs an axe and brutally disfigures the shooter. But then, Clyde rises behind him. The bullet had hit the knife Johnny once gave her, the same one that started it all. She's alive, and Johnny breaks into a wicked grin. They push forward and finally reach the money. Each member grabs their share, but just before they can leave, Candlestick is ambushed from behind by Bacchus and killed. The rest keep moving, but then Butcher stops. He turns to Johnny and says, "I didn't come here to survive. I came here for the ride. Good luck, Johnny." He charges at Bacchus, and though he lands a few good hits, it's not enough. Bacchus calmly ends him. Meanwhile, Alana makes another call to her father. She reveals she had already swapped all the cash with counterfeits. Johnny and Clyde, They're carrying nothing but fake bills. In the hallway, they run into the Chinese woman again. She says she's there to help them, and reveals the twist. Alana's father had secretly ordered her to protect them. But just as she steps outside, she's gunned down by the ex-cop. He turns his fury on Johnny, beating him savagely, unleashing the years of grief over his daughter's murder. Clyde reaches for a gun, aims it, but the cop says, "It was Johnny. He killed your father. Then he called his friends to clean it up." But she shoots him anyway. Clyde turns to Johnny. "Is it true?" Johnny doesn't deny it. But instead of pulling away, Clyde holds him close. A dark love stitched together by violence, sealed in blood, and still standing.
As they walk away, Johnny and Clyde catch a glimpse of Bacchus behind them, frozen. They laugh, taunting him, thinking they're safe. According to the curse, Bacchus can't leave Alana's territory. He's trapped there. But they forget one thing: he's still a killer. Without a word, Bacchus throws his blade with deadly precision, and just like that, both Johnny and Clyde drop dead. Elsewhere, the ex-cop, somehow still alive thanks to a bulletproof vest, stumbles in, sees their lifeless bodies, and finally cracks a smile. His revenge is complete. Or so he thinks. Bacchus appears behind him, and before he can even react, boom, he's out cold. By now, almost everyone is dead. But there's one man still breathing. Alana's right hand. He finds her, pulls a gun, and demands the stone. He's had enough. Alana smirks, no fear in her eyes. Because she believes Bacchus won't hurt her. She says, "He works for me." But Bacchus has other plans. He appears behind her and in a vicious, brutal moment, slaughters her. The right-hand man tries to talk to Bacchus, thinking maybe he can reason with the demon, or having the stone giving him the ability to control him, but Bacchus doesn't hesitate. With a single strike, he kills him too, then bends down, picks up the blood-red stone, and just like that, the film ends. Fade to black.